Happy New Year, everyone! Today's a big day. I'm off to Korea. We got to the airport early, checked in our bags, and went through security. Everything's running pretty smoothly so far. So now we're just walking to the lounge. Security was really brief. I didn't have to take my laptop out, which is really weird because I remember always doing it. It's been such a whirlwind lately with all the last-minute wedding preps. My friends from Montreal are staying at my place to take care of Coco while I'm gone, so I had to make sure the house was spotless before they arrived. Oh, and packing? That was totally a nightmare. I did it last minute. It's been non-stop stress around here as the wedding day gets closer. For breakfast, Jason went for an egg omelette with wedges and congee, while I kept it simple with a plate of pineapple and strawberries. Honestly, this lounge has my heart just because of the pineapples and strawberries. They're like little bits of sunshine and they're always there to lift my mood.
The pineapple's pretty good.
Before boarding, I made sure to stop by the lounge washroom. It's so much nicer, more space, and more privacy. It's one of those little things that makes traveling just a bit better. Time to board! Jason booked us business class seats for this trip. I've been so on edge with all the wedding prep, but this definitely helps take the edge off. Cheers to a relaxing flight to Korea! Just as we were getting settled, though, the announcement came, and looks like there's a problem with the plane's computer. So we're stuck here for a bit. Fingers crossed it doesn't take too long to fix. Finally, we're taking off. Bye, Vancouver. I'll see you in a month. Honestly, I was feeling so tired on the plane. My body was ready to crash at any moment. I kept dozing off during the flight, but I tried my best to stay awake and I wanted to adjust my sleeping time, so I'm going to try to stay awake for a bit longer until it gets dark. When we got to a higher altitude, it got a lot colder on the plane, so I took out the blanket early, adjusted my chair to a more comfortable position, and I tried to pick a movie to watch. I chose Furiosa, but as you can see, it was really hard for me to keep my eyes open. The movie was entertaining, but I was so sleepy. at one point, the flight attendant came around with drinks and I went for apple juice. Not long after, dinner was served. The appetizer was, let's just say, not my favorite. And I made the classic mistake of pouring the salad dressing all over my salad without testing it first. Big regrets. It's the same dressing I've had before and I know it's not good. I don't know why I poured everything into my salad. For my main, I chose bulgogi. It wasn't the best I've ever had, but it was okay. Dessert was a choice between a cheese board or fruits, and I went for the refreshing fruits. The movie I was watching got so good that I really wanted to finish it before heading to bed. From time to time, I would creepily stare at what Jason was up to during the long flight. Just as I was about to sleep, they brought out a snack basket. I grabbed all the good stuff and tucked it into my bag for later. But for now, I was ready to pass out. Good night! Good morning! The sun was up and I felt like I just had the best sleep ever. It was exactly what I needed to recharge. While most passengers were still snoozing, I made another sneaky trip to the snack basket to stock up on a few more goodies. You can never have too many snacks on hand, right? Breakfast time! They set up my table so nicely and the meal was surprisingly better than it looked. I skipped the yogurt but devoured the fruits and the chicken kimchi rice. It wasn't long after that we finally landed in Seoul. We made one rookie mistake after landing. We took an Uber from the airport to Gangnam. It ended up costing $100 and the traffic was awful.
We are finally here at our Airbnb. It's a lot bigger than we were expecting it to be.
Booking a place in Gangnam turned out to be one of the worst decisions we made on this trip. But more on that on a later video. By the time we arrived, we were starving. Shake Shack was nearby and open, so we grabbed a quick bite and headed back to the Airbnb to crash. The next morning, I woke up bright and early, not just because of jet lag, but because there was so much to do. The guest list kept changing, so I had to reseat everyone again. I also needed to edit music for the wedding ceremony and redo the PowerPoint multiple times. And if that wasn't enough, I still hadn't planned out my trip to Korea or China, so I spent a good chunk of the morning researching places to visit and eat. Every minute before the wedding felt like a crunch time.
Hello, day 2 in Korea. Time is honestly going by so fast. Today I have a couple of errands to run with Jason. We actually have a couple of things, like I need to buy cheese, a bag, some other things that I need to scout out for the bridal shower. And we're also hoping to kind of explore the neighborhood a little bit. So right now, the weather in Korea is extremely humid. I can feel the heat in the hallway, and I feel like going back already. But anyways, you guys might be wondering, why am I buying cheese in Korea? Isn't it so expensive? Well, that's because my aunt wanted me to get cheese for her, but I didn't want to like run into the issue of going through custom and not declaring it and so on. So I just decided to buy cheese in Korea. Yeah, we're gonna buy cheese in Korea and we're gonna say, oh yeah, we brought it from Canada.
I went and bought some gifts for the girls who would be coming to my bridal shower.
So I decided to buy this bag for my bridal shower until I saw the English. Thank you for leading me to well. I don't really know what that means. At first I thought it says thank you for wishing me well, but then I realized it's a L leading me to well. I can't buy this, so embarrassing. If I switch to one of these.
It says hold me close and hold me fast.
What? Is that for like, you know, like a lover?
I guess so.
So should I just get the thank you bag?
There's like 4 of these, huh?
Yeah. I just wish this was pink because it kind of goes with the theme.
Do you have a special one person that's like extra special?
Especially for you.
Right.
There's like a pinker one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh god damn it, this bag actually looked... Okay, do you think they'll notice the English?
Jason needed to get coffee, so he went to the most reliable place in Korea, Starbucks. I also got a drink that was only available in Korean Starbucks, along with a dessert.
So Jason got an iced Americano. Well, I guess it's not ice. Hot Americano. And I got this like yuzu green grape lemonade. Kind of curious what it is.
We had to buy a couple of things, so we went to the Hyundai department store. First, we wanted to eat before shopping, so we went to the 5th floor where all the fancier restaurants were located.
You want that?
Yeah, it's like,
Let's go around, see what restaurant. Okay, we went all the way to the restaurant floor but didn't find anything we wanted to eat, so we're gonna go back down to the food court at level -1.
So we decided to check out the basement food court instead. Because there isn't a lot of land available in Korea, lots of things are built vertically to conserve space. We went to a kiosk to pick out our dishes and found a seat. It was such an innovative and efficient system. After paying, you get a pager which you place on a black sensor bar. Then a lady in yellow quickly brings your food. These ladies were so fast and efficient, cleaning after you too. The best part? There's no tipping and the service is still better than in Canada. For a food court, everything was plated perfectly, just like the pictures on the kiosk, and it was delicious. Definitely exceeded my expectations. After eating, we moved on to shopping. I really wanted to buy a lot, but since we were going to be moving around frequently in Korea, I had to stick to just the essentials.
We are here because Jason is going to buy cheese. But also, we're hoping to buy some gifts for our relatives for Chuseok, which is a Korean holiday. I actually made a video on this, so you can check it out. Literally here to buy cheese that we could have bought in Canada. What kind of cheese are you gonna get? Okay, so we're looking for gifts to buy my relatives for Chuseok. There's some like cookies I'm thinking about. So Jason knows I love these smushed croissants, but I must resist the temptation to eat them. Stop! Stop! I can't eat them. Meat is also a good gift to buy for Chuseok. Also fish too. Thinking about buying maybe maybe one of these sets. Look, there's a set right here. Cheese set. The cheese you wanted is also in here. Wine. This is expensive. Grapes. Look, they wrap it for you too. We're literally thinking about buying some fruits for Chuseok, and look at the price. Oh my god, look at this mango. One mango is $21. One mango is like $50 to $80. We're buying a $60 musk melon. It better taste like the Japanese melon. We try to get it wrapped, but it's like 3-hour wait. They're so behind.
Jason found the cheese from my aunt and they quickly wrapped up 2 expensive melons for us. It wasn't the prettiest way to wrap a gift, but it was definitely better than waiting 3 hours.
Huh? It's Harin. This is on sale. Instead, we got this.
You know that box is was it 80, 160, 240, 310. It's about $300 that box.
The fruits?
Yeah, those mangoes are $80 each. The grapes are $40 a bunch, and the pears are $25 each.
Yikes.
So just those 6 will run you $300. Apples I think are 20 each.
And you have to wait 3 hours for them to wrap it. I swear it's not even like rush hour yet. Oh yes, crack that egg. Looks so good. Yes. I feel like I'm in heaven. Like comfort food, you know? Looks so good.
The next morning, I woke up early and hopped on a bus by myself to attend church. Tomorrow officially marks the start of Chuseok, which is Korean Thanksgiving. I made a detailed video about Chuseok, which you can find in the description below, so be sure to check it out. This year, I'll be spending Chuseok with my dad's side of the family in Seoul. Thankfully, I didn't have to travel far to the countryside. I arrived at my grandma's place early so I had the time to relax and cool off from the hot weather outside. While waiting for everyone to arrive, I looked through some wedding photos with my grandma. In this picture, my sister even pointed out that my aunt wore white to my parents' wedding. I can't believe I haven't noticed this before. What a discovery. My engagement photos also arrived, but they were way too big and heavy to bring back to Canada.
And it's massive. Like, this is my hand. Because the weight of this thing is like, oh.
The album was the same. Beautiful, but so heavy. I'll probably have to leave them here in Korea. When everybody arrived, we went out for a Korean barbecue.
여기 카스 2병 먹었어요.
Later, back at my grandma's home, we had another round of food. This time, raw seafood with some cold beer. It was such a nice way to end the evening.
Five.
The next morning, we took the subway to visit my grandpa for Chuseok. Unfortunately, my grandparents don't want to see each other, so we had to visit them separately. The train ride was long, and we got there early, so we stopped by Starbucks again for Jason's coffee. We slowly walked towards the hospital as per my uncle's instruction. For a moment, we thought my grandpa might be hospitalized, but it turned out the restaurant we were meeting at was just nearby. We ordered galbitang, which is beef short rib soup, and seolleongtang, which is ox bone soup. After lunch, we stopped by at a nearby cafe for dessert. It's safe to say we've been feasting on so much good food the past few days.
당건 있잖아. 그러니까 집에 냉장고도 막 뉴욕을 주려고 이제 일절 안 먹으면 안
왜 이거 유자차인데 왜?
땡기지 않아.
유자차 유자. 그럼 커피 드시네요? 이거 안 단데?
On our way back, we took the subway, and if you've ever been to Korea, you know the subways are full of tempting stores with delicious food and cute clothes. Yeah, sure. I couldn't resist and ended up buying a pineapple t-shirt for sleeping in, as well as a long sleeve shirt. The deal was too good to pass up. 2 for 10,000 won, which is about $10. I also picked up some trendy brick cakes in 3 different flavors. They were delicious and addicting. For dinner, we met up with Jason's mom at a restaurant specializing in oxbone soup. Korea is so advanced. You can order from a tablet at your table and pay right there. Then the server brings out the food. The meal was delicious, but what stood out the most was the radish. This place is known for its in-house radish, which you can even buy separately.
She said the mandu's coming out.
That's it for this part of my trip. In the next video, I'll take you on a day trip to Gapyeong, which is just outside of Seoul. Expect beautiful views, delicious food, and plenty of fun. See you in the next one!